What in the world is up with Tom Brady, and why the hell would he make such a stupid comment?
I'm not like everybody else.
Before we talk about Tom Brady not having any self awareness with these recent comments that he made on his podcast, I want you guys to go ahead and know that this right here is not coming from a place of malice. I've actually kind of sort of grown to kind of like Tom over the past few years. And I think that this statement that he made or these words that he said were actually just a little bit, I think they were made with him not really thinking, okay? So I'm not here to really attack him. I'm actually going to be attacking the moron who decided to make a TikTok defending the comments because, quite frankly, I don't think they were, let's just say that they were not exactly comments that were taken with any actual consideration. Now, guys, you're probably thinking to yourself, you're just another veteran who's out here attacking Tom Brady. No. You're just another Packer fan out here attacking Tom Brady. No, I'm not. Okay, as I've told you guys before, and I've made a few videos, I've actually kind of grown to like Tom over the past few years. But these comments right here, I think some explanation or at least some type of rebuttal needs to be made to him because let's just face it, when you say stupid crap, quite frankly, you need to be put in your place. Society checks itself, and I'm not calling for Tom Brady to be canceled or anything like that. By the way, speaking of that Green Bay emblem back there, of course, our team has got some issues of our own. Now, guys, Tom Brady has been having some issues as of late. His wife, of course, is divorcing him. The whole Antonio Brown posting that picture to Instagram. Tom's actually having a pretty rough time. He's having a pretty rough go at it. And I think the best thing he could have done with his legacy was just stayed retired because now that he's out here, it feels like this entire year is turning into a great big giant humiliation ritual. But then again, though, now you got these comments right here that just came out. And so Tom Brady is saying that he feels like the NFL season is a bit like a military deployment. Now, guys, I could come up here and I could raise 15 counts of hill and go off on this, but let me just kind of go and break this down for you. Tom, you're not a USMC vet. You're not a military vet, period, okay? Let me go ahead and break this down for you really quick. The men and women who serve this country, and I'm not even throwing myself in there, we don't exactly get a lot of money, okay? A lot of us are E1s, E2s, E3s. We're basically just E5s and below. Most of us are enlisted. We may get somewhere between $1,500 to $2,000 a month when we're stateside. When we're deployed, it's not too much more when you actually add everything up. So spare us, please, okay? You're getting paid millions of dollars. The NFL, the median salary in the NFL for a player ranges anywhere between, let's say, 95,000 if you're a practice squad member, all the way up to maybe even $1 million. If you're drafted, you're getting close to $1 million a year. Even after taxes in most states, guess what? You're still drawing close to six figures. So I don't see where this right here is actually a comparison. Now, really quick, I understand being away from your family, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But Tom, the other day before your game against the Steelers, you were able to fly to Bob Kraft's wedding, okay? So don't sit here and act like you can't see your family. A lot of players, guess what? They live in the town they play at. Guess what else? A lot of their families live there with them. So when they get done with practice, they oftentimes go home, and guess what? They get to see their wife and kids. You see, Tom, this statement was a little bit, let's just say it was lacking any type of awareness, okay? The men and women who serve this nation, they do this stuff so that way you've got the freedom to actually do what it is that you do. We also do this because it also allots the fans the freedom to actually go out there and see you play. You know, the same disrespectful fans that were okay with Colin Kaepernick kneeling during the national anthem, the same disrespectful fans who make crazy ass takes like this here.
A military deployment. Who in the world gives the slightest little infantile little tiny baby fuck about that? He's talking about time. It's a time duration. He's gone from his family for 7 months. Sure, he gets to see him a couple different times a year and he gets to see him time of the week. You know what he was saying? He spends a lot of time away from his family. It causes him problems. It causes him stress. That's all he was saying. The 7-time Super Bowl champ wasn't saying I'm essentially Kyle Carpenter and I go into the NFL and if there's a fumble, it's like falling on a grenade. That's not what he was saying at all. He was just saying I miss my family. And that's probably the reason why I'm going to get divorced. Because I was away a long time. You think? We all know something about that. Well, not me. I've been married 13 years, whatever.
Need, for the most part, to know their freaking place. Now, look, really quick. I understand that that guy right there himself may have been a veteran, okay? Navy veteran. Much, much love to you. But I got to ask you a question, man. Have you actually been away for 7 months to a year, and in some cases 2 years? Hell, MSG duty for Marines is like 3 years. And guess what? Like I said before, they're not getting paid millions of freaking dollars, dude. This is not a military deployment for you. Do you know what you do? Let me go ahead and break this down for you. This is what Tom Brady does. Not only Tom Brady, this is what Aaron Rodgers does. This is what most NFL quarterbacks, this is what most NFL players do. They go to training camp in late July. They go to OTAs, okay? They got their family normally right there, especially if they can afford it, especially someone like Tom, who's been in the league for over 20 years and has made millions of dollars, who, by the way, is doing commercials, who, by the way, is probably making more than the $45 million a year salary that he gets. He's probably making somewhere close to right around $100 million when you factor in endorsements, when you factor in any little bit of money that comes around, and now his podcast. This take right here, Tom, was not very good. You see, Tom, you get to go back home to your family. You get to go back home to your house. Veterans who are on deployment do not get to do that. They have to go back and spend time with other veterans who, guess what, are in the same boat. And I get it. Every other NFL player is in the same boat you are, especially when you're playing for a team or franchise. But the thing is this right here, though. You're making more than six figures a year, where veterans are probably only making, they're barely cracking five figures a year. They've also got to find a way to raise a family themselves, raise kids, pay for everything, worry about the possibility if their spouse is even faithful to them, knowing they don't have the money to go to divorce court, where you, Tom, can actually afford to do this. Now, guys, let me ask you a question. When Tom Brady finally does divorce Giselle, or Giselle divorces him, assuming that they actually get a divorce, is Tom really and truly going to be bad off? I mean, think about it. Like I said before, he's got hundreds of millions of dollars in his bank account. Even if she takes half of his crap, he is still way better off than you are. Fact of the matter is that veterans go have a very, very hard life. NFL players, yes, I agree. There's a lot of contact, a lot of physicality there. But at the end of the day, they get to go home and actually spend time with their families, whereas veterans on deployment do not get to do so. We've got to talk to our relatives through the phone. We got to buy phone cards. We got to do it through letter. Every now and again, you may get Skype, but you have no idea when that right there may end. Tom, at the end of the day, you get to go home to your house and enjoy your life in Tampa, Florida. Not every veteran. As a matter of fact, I would say 90%, especially those guys who deploy overseas right now, even in non-combat situations, do not get that luxury, nor even get a fraction of the amount of money that you get. Tom, this right here was a very, very, and I mean very bad take, dude. I understand that you're still pro-military, etc., etc., etc. I understand that you're quite conservative. I understand you're quite patriotic. But, dude, this right here was not a very good comment, and I hope that you learn from this in the future. You are not a veteran, okay? We do not get a fraction of what the hell you get. So please do us all a favor and take this right into consideration before you open your fat fucking dumbass mouth again. Guys, John Claymore, if you like the content, hit the like button, subscribe, share the video, leave a comment in the comment section. I'm sure somebody's going to get triggered over this. I really don't care. See you guys later.
I'm not like everybody else.